What is up, tennis enthusiasts? Congrats to Novak on his 20th Grand Slam, a well-deserved win for a man who has no qualms about self-analyzing and making the changes necessary to become a better player. Novak Djokovic has a fantastic forehand and serve, but have they always been so efficient and effective? Watching old highlights of Novak Djokovic hitting his forehand and serve reminds me how he's improved over the years. I get so many people wanting me to make them better players without changing their flawed fundamentals. I have to be the bearer of bad news and tell them that no strategy is going to make their backhand less crummy. In this video, I'm going to show you two big changes Novak has made that have allowed him to dominate the ATP Tour and earn a place in the GOAT argument. At the end of the video, I'm also going to show you a couple drills you can do if you think you might have similar issues with your own game. As always, the best way you can support this channel is to interact. Subscribe, like, and comment. So let's start with Djokovic's forehand. Try to think back when Novak first started on tour. Do you remember his non-hitting hand flying behind his back when he hit a big forehand? Well, it did. Novak most likely assumed, like many players, that generating power was as simple as twisting your shoulders into the ball. It makes sense, but isn't exactly what the most effective forehands do. What is known as the kinetic chain is slightly more complicated than that. The improvement we saw from Novak, and what we see from the best forehands on tour, is a slowing down of the body just prior to the hitting arm coming through. This works as a reactive brake, propelling the arm even faster than if the body continued to open. Kind of like snapping the end of a whip. A bonus of not being open so early is that the racket tracks out to the target longer. This creates a larger hitting zone. What has helped Novak do this, and why we don't see his hand fly behind his back anymore, is that he finishes hand-to-hand, or almost catching the racket at the follow-through. This also allows him to get back into his ready position faster. Now, just an FYI, most people aren't limited by how fast they're able to swing their racket. There's actually an important principle that you must understand before even worrying about racket head speed. It's something that I have to go over with about 85% of the students I first start working with. I'm not going to get into it in this video, but I will put a link in the description and you can check it out on your own. Okay, then there's Novak's major serve improvement. This little hitch right here that has gone away. Again, not a surprising flaw to have at the beginning of one's tennis career. So the most common problem I see on the serve is the tendency to turn the strings toward the ball too early. Pronating in regards to a throwing motion comes pretty naturally. But when you have a 27-inch stick extending from your hand, things can become a little more complicated. The brain will try to find all sorts of ways to turn those strings toward the ball early. The trick on the serve, though, is to deny the ball the strings as long as possible. The problem Novak would have had with this is simple. When the palm turns up early like this, it doesn't allow this elbow link to close properly. Think of an armbar in the MMA. When this link doesn't close properly, it puts tension in the wrong places and just doesn't allow you to create the maximum amount of racket head speed that you could. These are both hard to spot yet common problems for many players of varying levels. You think you might have one of these problems? Well, there's a very easy fix. Hitting the like button and subscribing to my YouTube channel will instantly fix all of the problems with your tennis game. Okay, probably not. Actually, changing a motor program can be very difficult, unless it's not. Some people have the cognitive flexibility to just change it. Others can put up a little bit more of a fight. The truth is, making a change can set you back in the short term, and that's not fun. You're never going to perform your best if you're thinking about technical intricacies. But this overthinking is just a stage of development. And you'll notice, once you get through it once, it's easier to do in the future. But you're just not going to make that omelet unless you're willing to break a couple eggs. Here's a couple drills to help you with opening up on your forehand, and to also help you deny the ball the strings longer on your serve. To get the feeling of stopping your body prior to the arm coming through, try holding a cup of water while hitting forehands. It's okay to spill a little. What you'll notice is that you don't really lose power when trying to do this. You'll actually hit just as hard with less effort and be more consistent. Another thing you want to make sure you're doing on your forehand is finishing hand to hand. This will also help prevent that shoulder from opening up early. Give it a try and let me know what you think in the comments. Now, for the serve, I have a drill you can do right in your living room. Try putting a ball in the throat of your racket and doing some shadow swings without the ball dropping out of the throat. Now, not exactly representative of the serve, but it will definitely give you the sensation of denying the ball the strings for as long as possible. Well, I hope you found value in the video. And if you're ready to make powerful and meaningful changes in your game, feel free to contact me for a stroke analysis. I'll put my email in the description. As always, thank you for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.